Every cashew you have ever eaten came from a fruit you have almost certainly never seen. Not once, not in a grocery store, not anywhere near where you live. Most people picture a nut growing tucked safely inside its fruit, the way an apple hides its seeds deep in the core. Cashews do the exact opposite of that. The nut hangs off the very bottom of a colorful fruit called a cashew apple, dangling out in the open air for anyone to see. This fruit rarely makes it beyond a handful of specific growing regions, which is exactly why almost nobody outside those places has ever laid eyes on one. The cashew tree produces something that looks a bit like a small pepper, or maybe a slightly lopsided pear. As it ripens on the branch, it turns bright, almost glowing shades of red and yellow. It looks almost too vivid to be a real fruit hanging on a tree. But look underneath it, right at the base, and you will find the actual nut. It hangs there in its own separate curved shell, completely apart from the fruit's flesh. That shell is not part of the fruit at all. It is a totally separate structure, attached externally, holding the seed on the outside instead of tucked safely inside like almost every other fruit-bearing plant on Earth. Do not touch that shell carelessly, though, no matter how curious you are, it contains a caustic, oily resin, and that resin belongs to the exact same chemical family as poison ivy. Brush against a raw, unprocessed cashew shell with bare skin, and you can end up with irritations strikingly similar to a poison ivy rash. That is precisely why raw cashews are never sold to you in their natural shells, not in any store, anywhere in the world. Every single batch gets roasted or steamed first, specifically to neutralize that irritant before the nut inside is safe to touch, let alone eat. The crunchy snack sitting in your pantry quietly went through an industrial detox long before it ever reached your hand. Here is the part almost nobody realizes. The cashew apple itself is genuinely edible, and in some countries it is fairly popular. People use it fresh in juices and jams, and they actually enjoy the flavor. It is not some inedible byproduct people simply discard, but that fruit bruises if you so much as look at it wrong, and it spoils within days of being picked. Shipping something that fragile across an ocean is nearly impossible before it quietly rots in transit. So the roasted nut travels the entire planet as a shelf-stable snack food, sold in every corner store and airport kiosk imaginable. Meanwhile, the colorful fruit that actually produced it almost never leaves the specific region where the tree was grown. Two products come off the exact same plant, grown on the exact same branch, and only one of them ever earns a passport. One becomes an international commodity traded by the ton. The other stays a strictly local treat, known mostly to the people who live near the orchard. It genuinely says something strange about how we eat, that the part requiring careful chemical processing just to be safe became the global snack food, while the naturally sweet, ready-to-eat part stayed local and mostly forgotten by the rest of the world. So the next time you grab a handful of cashews at your desk, or toss a few into a bag of trail mix, remember what you are actually holding in your hand. It is a seed, pulled off the bottom of a fruit that ripened somewhere far away, in colors you have never seen firsthand and probably never will. That fruit spent its whole short life within a few miles of the tree that grew it. The nut, on the other hand, made the entire journey around the world in a bag of trail mix. The fruit stayed exactly where it grew, still unseen by almost everyone who casually eats its seed by the handful. More of these on this channel, follow along.